Okay, so let's have one last look at this problem, sample problem. Okay, so dito, you have a small grocery store or bake shop siguro to, panaderia. Problem of determining the number of trays of bread to stock each day. Okay, so yan, bread. So a tray of bread will cost 125. So sulat na natin yung given information. Ano yung 125 na yan in terms of our parameters?
A.
A is ordering cost. It's a ordering cost is a fixed ordering cost. Ha? Iba yon sa purchase cost. Tulad ng example natin kanina, yung kailangan mo mamasahe, kailangan mo mag-text. Regardless of ilang units ang o-orderin mo, yung pamasahe mo is fixed, yung text cost mo is fixed. So A is a fixed ordering cost regardless of quantity. Pero ang purchase cost is a function of quantity. If you buy 1, the purchase cost is C. If you buy 2, it is 2 times C. If you buy 3, it is 3 times C. Okay? So what is 125?
C po.
Ha?
C.
C. Okay? Kasi a tray costs 125. If 2 trays ang bibilhin mo or gagawin mo, it will cost you 250 na. 2 times 125. Okay? So variable cost yung purchase cost. So this is your purchase cost, C. What is 150?
F po.
Ha?
F.
S is 150. Next, what is 112.5?
V po.
D, salvage value. Okay, so makikita natin, kapag may natirang bread at the end of the day, okay, ibebenta na nila yon at 112.5. Ang cost nila 125. Pero ibebenta nila at 112.5, meaning lugi pa sila, di ba, ng 12.5. Okay? So those are the given information, and then you have your demand, the actual demand or your state of nature, as they say, no? Actual demand can be from 10 to 15, and your probability distribution is given as follows. So makikita natin, discrete ito. Okay? Discrete probability distribution, discrete fx. So therefore, we have to make use of discrete formula. Okay? So now, you can actually solve this using decision theory. Okay? Kasi meron kang alternatives eh. Ano yung alternatives natin dito? I think we have a similar problem to this before eh. If you are the owner of the grocery store or the bake shop, what are your alternatives?
The number of trees to to prepare.
Okay? So I can now say that these are my alternatives here. Tama ba that if you know that your demand, okay, this is your state of nature, demand. If I know that my demand can be anywhere from 10 to 15 trays, therefore, pag wala naman akong beginning inventory, I will produce or I will buy anywhere from 10 to 15. Tama ba? Those are my alternatives. So I can have an alternative of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15. Tapos, kapag, just like what we discussed before in decision theory, once you have decided on an order quantity, let's say, nag-decide ka na, sige, 10 tray lang ang gagawin ko. Then, the state of nature will happen after. Your demand for the day will happen right after. Diba? So, doon mo palang malalaman, yung demand 10, yung demand 13 pala, sana nag-13 na lang ako. Diba? Doon mo palang malalaman. So, ibig sabihin, for every decision, which is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15, you can actually calculate an expected profit. Imagine niyo yung decision tree. Meron kayong decision box. Tapos yung decision box nyo, 6 ang sanga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 branches. Okay? Then after each branch, may bilog na mangyayari. Di ba? Parang ganito. 4, 5, 6. Okay? After each branch may bilog. Yeah, and the round node tells you that there will be a state of nature, di ba? So this is your 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then for every decision that you make, there are states of nature. And again, the states of nature would be your demand. 10, 11, x equals 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then endpoint, di ba? Sa endpoint, dito mo i-calculate yung expected profit mo. Dito yung mga tinatawag nating decision matrix, payoff matrix, di ba? Yung mga values, di ba? And again, each value of demand, tandaan niyo sa decision tree, may probability, di ba? So ito yung mga probability mo. So you have 0.15, you have 0.15, you have 0.2, 0.19, 0.18, 0.17, and 0.11. So, meron ka ngayong makakalculate na profit, yung sa dulo would be your profit. Sa endpoint mo, you will be your profit for every combination. So, kunyari, 10-10. Your Q is 10, your X is 10. So, ito yon sa table. If your Q is 10, your X is 10, what will be the profit? Dali, quickly, compute. Based on the given, what will be the profit? Gumawa ka ng 10 tray, nabenta mo lahat yung 10 tray. Walang sobra, walang kulang. Magkano yung profit mo?
250 po.
250. Tama? Okay, 250. Next. Nag-order ka gumawa ka ng 10 tray. 11 yung demand. 11 yung demand. Magkano profit mo? Without the formula, mabilis lang naman ito. This is just sales minus cost lang eh. So, pagka 10 yung ginawa mong tray, 11 yung demand, ilan yung nabenta mo?
10 lang din po.
10 lang ang mabebenta mo, di ba? And bawat isang tray na mabenta mo, ang profit mo, you will see that your profit is 25, tama? 150 minus 25. 25 per tray sold. Tama ba, class?
Yes po.
Okay. So, since 10 lang mabibenta mo, ang profit mo would be 250. So, Q is 10, X is 11. So, profit will be equal to 25 times 10. Okay? May cost ka ba?
Yung opportunity cost po.
Okay. Wait, may salvage value ba?
Wala, sir.
Wala. Mayroon kang opportunity cost. Ang opportunity cost mo would be, ito, yung opportunity to make profit. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
So, therefore, stock out cost mo, will be equal to 25 times 1. Tama ba?
Yes,
Yes
po.
po.
Okay, so therefore, ang total profit mo, this is 250, this is 25, ima-minus mo, di ba? So, anong mangyari?
225 po.
225. So, yan ang ilalagay mo ngayon dito, 225. So, sa decision tree, makikita natin na bawat combination ng Q tsaka X, okay, ito, bawat combination ng Q tsaka X, meron kang profit na mako-compute. Pag 10 yung Q, 11 yung X, may profit ka na mako-compute. And this is what happens. 200, 225, etc. Okay? So, in your decision tree, di ba, when you move back, ang ginagawa mo is nagko-compute ka ng expected profit, dinalagay mo sa ibabaw ng circle, di ba? Tama? Kung naalala nyo pa. Okay? So, therefore, to compute expected profit, you just multiply 200 by 15% chance na demand is 10, 225 by 20%, and then so on, hanggang sa makuha mo yung expected profit dito. You will now do the same for all of the endpoints and compute expected profit here. And then, anong pipiliin mo? Anong pipiliin mong decision?
Max profit, sir.
Yes. So kung meron ka ng expected profit dito sa lahat ng circle mo, may expected profit ka na na-compute. Pipiliin mo yung maximum niyan at yun yung magiging decision mo dito. Kung ano yung pinakamalaki. Kaya this is actually a decision theory problem, pero mapapansin mo very lengthy kasi para makapag-decide kayo, you have to either set up this decision tree na mahaba or you have to do this decision matrix. Okay, so I will just, wait lang ha. I will just write down the values that I have computed. Okay, so ilalagay ko lang yung isang column, 200, 225. Then this is if this happens, this is 200, this is 175, this is 150 and 125. Okay? So just using the logic, no, kung ano yung sales, ano yung cost. Okay? So you will see here that dito sa baba, I can compute expected profit for every Q value. So if Q is 10, my expected profit would just be equal to 250, which is the profit pagka 10-10, times 0.15, plus 225, which is the profit pagka 11 and 10, times 0.2, plus 200 times 0.19, and so on. Diba? Pag ginawa ko yan, minultiply ko yung profit times the probability, makukuha ko ngayon ito. Okay? Makukuha ko ngayon itong 191.25. Yan yung expected profit if Q is 10. So, kung gusto nyo gawin ito sa bahay, you can now fill up this whole table here, fill it up. Bawat cell, may profit calculation dapat kayo. And then, kapag nabuo nyo na yung bawat column, mumultiply nyo lang doon sa probability doon sa right, dito sa right side. Ito, mumultiply nyo lang dito sa probability. Bibigay ko sa iyo yung mga values ng mga expected profit. So kapag 11 yung Q, 231.88. Pag 12 yung Q, ang expected profit nito is 260. Pagka 13, 276.25. Pagka 14, 281.25. And pagka 15, it will be 275.63. Okay? So itong mga values na nakikita nyo dito sa baba, yan yung mga values na nandiyan sa ibabaw ng circle. Mamimili kayo. Ano ngayon yung pinakamalaking value? Maximum.
Yung sa 14 po.
Okay, so ito. Yan yung maximum. Yan yung maximum expected profit, 281.25. So therefore, ang sagot sa problem na to is Q star is equal to 14. You should produce 14 trays. And then, if you do that, your expected profit will be 281.25. Okay? That is using decision theory concept. Okay? Mahaba. Paano natin ngayon gagamitin yung diniscuss natin? Discrete distribution to. So therefore, ang formula natin kanina is integral. Gagawin lang natin summation of f of x from Q star to infinity. Infinity is the upper limit. So since upper limit sa problem na to is 15, so lalagay mo 15. Then, greater than or equal to, ito yun, no? Baka nakalimutan nyo na. Ito. Okay? Greater than or equal to C minus B all over S plus P minus B. Okay? So, napakabilis. Compute nyo yung critical ratio muna. Pag sinabi kong critical ratio, umpisa nyo dito sa C minus B. So, C is 125, B is 112.5, S selling price is 150. Plus, nagpa-plug in na lang ako ha. Sandali, may gusto pang pumasok. Okay. So, S is 150. Yung penalty cost natin for running out of stock is the opportunity cost. Yan yung assumption natin, no? And that is 150 minus 125, so that is 25. And then salvage value is 112.5. Please compute 0.2. Okay? So, the critical ratio is 0.2. Yung left side, as I've said kanina, is a probability. Pag nagsasum kayo or nag-integrate kayo ng f of x, you're computing the probability. So, the left side is actually the probability that your x, your demand, will be greater than q. Okay? Probability that your demand will be greater than q. Okay? So, kailangan daw yung probability that x is greater than q should be at least equal to 0.2. Okay? At mag-uumpisa ka sa pinakamalaking value ng q possible. Okay? Kasi otherwise, lahat yan will be greater than 0.2. Diba? So, you will start critical ratio kasi ito kung saan siya unang maging greater than 0.2. Okay. So, therefore, paano natin gagamitin itong formula that we have derived using Leibniz rule kanina? Okay. So, umpisahan nyo. Ang maximum value ng Q is 15. So, umpisahan nyo. Kapag summation of fx from 15 to 15, mas malaki na ba siya sa critical ratio? Okay? So, ano yung probability at x equals 15? Dito tayo. See here? Kita nyo to? Kapag nag-sum up ka ng fx, starting with 15, ang probability mo, 0.11 lang. 0.11 is not greater than 0.2. Correct? This is the summation of fx from x equals 15 up to 15. So next, if it is not greater than 0.2, you go to the next highest value of x possible. Summation of fx from x equals 14 up to 15. So ibig sabihin na to, probability that x is greater than 14. Greater than or equal to 14. Okay, what is the probability?
Point 28 po.
0.28. So isasama ko na to. So the sum of these two now, basta lagi mag-uumpisa kayo sa pinakamataas. Tapos, padagdag ka ng padagdag. Parang yung cumulative probability mo from the highest hanggang sa makarating ka sa value na mag-exceed na siya doon sa critical ratio. So this one is now greater than or equal to 0.2. Tama ba? So kung saan ka nag-stop, at first time siyang naging greater than the critical ratio, yan ngayon yung Q star mo. Gets? Nakuha ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So kapag ka-continuous naman, kapag ka-continuous yan, let's say integral of fx dx. Diba? Yan yung formula natin, diba? Is equal to 0.2. Diba? Tapos, x is from Q to 15. Di ba? Pagka continuous yung distribution, for example. Diba? So, ang gagawin nyo lang is, kailangan makuha ninyo yung formula ng distribution. Ito yung equation na gagamitin nyo. Equal to 0.2. Pero kailangan alam ninyo yung pag-solve ng X. Yung pag-solve ng probability. You need to know what the distribution is. Pag alam nyo yung distribution, masasolve nyo na tong Q sa left side using that distribution. We'll have an example number 2 for that, no, for continuous distribution. But for now, once you are able to calculate your Q, okay, Q is equal to 14 based on this calculation, you now have to go back to your expected profit equation. Kasi wala kayo neto eh. Hindi nyo naman sinolve itong table na to. So kailangan itong at Q equals 14, dapat ma-solve nyo lahat ito. Okay? Lahat ng profit values for each value of X. Dapat ma-solve nyo lahat. Tapos, pag na-solve nyo lahat yung profit na yan, i-multiply nyo ngayon by f of x para makuha nyo yung expected profit. So, this is easier in the sense that para mahanap mo yung Q, hindi mo na kailangan i-solve yung buong table. Okay? Hindi mo na kailangan i-solve itong buong table na to para mahanap mo yung Q. Ang gagawin mo na lang, using stochastic newsboy formula, kailangan gamitin mo tong critical ratio na to. Okay? Tapos, isa-isahin mo. Pag nakita mo na yung Q, then, that's the time you will now go to this table and solve all of these profit values here. Ito na lang ang kailangan mo i-compute. And how do you compute that? You will compute that using this formula. Saan na ba yan? Using this formula. Ito. Itong formula na to. Ito yung gagamitin nyo. Pero summation lang ilalagay nyo. Okay? So, before you go, para hindi kayo malito, para alam nyo kung paano i-compute yung Q. Okay, yan yung Q. Yung expected profit would be, sulat ko na ha, para you can have a screenshot. Summation. From X equals, hahatiin nyo, di ba? X equals 10, lagay ko dun sa page nito. Ito. Yan. Ito yung equation. Okay? So, makikita natin, negative infinity to Q. Since yung Q computed natin is 14, okay? Then, ang negative infinity is the lowest possible value of X. That's 10 up to 14. Kaya 10 up to 14 yung dinagay ko dito sa summation. So, instead of integral, summation. Okay? And then, S, pwede na natin i-shortcut, no? Actually, you can actually do EP is equal to, for discrete, or kahit na integral, negative infinity to Q, tapos S minus B times X. Okay? So, i-factor out ko na yung X dito. So, ito, B times negative X is minus B. So, S minus B times X times Fx dx plus ito para makalculate nyo lang, no? Plus VQ times Fx dx, negative infinity to Q VQ Fx dx. So that takes care of this first term. And then plus, I don't have enough space na, plus integral from, okay, this one will be Q to infinity, tapos ito na yan, Q to infinity, tapos you have, ano ba yung pwede natin i-join? plus P. S plus P times Q minus PX. S plus P times Q Fx dx minus integral Q to infinity yung PX. PX Fx dx minus C times Q minus A. Okay? So, you can take a screenshot of this, no? And you can follow this for both continuous and discrete distributions. So, kagaya na to, discrete, di ba? Summation. From 10, lowest value, up to 14. Kaya 10 to 14. Tapos, ang S natin, ano ulit yung S natin? 150. 150 minus V, salvage value is 112.5 times X times X times F of X. Okay, that's the first term. And then the second term, para ma-compute yung expected profit, ito yung gagawin mo ha. So take note 10 to 14 yan. So you have to multiply itong 37.5, ito, this 37.5 here by 10 by the probability of 10 plus 37.5 by 11 times the probability of 11 plus 37.5 by 12 times the probability of 12 hanggang sa marating mo yung 14. And then the second term would be the summation of X equals 10 to 14 pa rin. We are here already. 10 to 14 pa rin. V is 112.5 times your Q. Yan yung nasolve natin Q na 14 times, that's it. 112.5 times 14 times F of X. Okay? Basta kapag ka-discrete, tatanggalin nyo lang yung dx at yung integral, papalitan nyo lang ng summation. Okay? So that takes care of these first two terms. Next, the third term would now be the summation of, this time, Q up to infinity. Discrete ito eh. So hindi mo pwedeng ulitin yung 14 hanggang 15. Okay? So pag nag-10 to 14 ka na dito sa first mo, dapat dito, x equals 15 up to 15. Okay? So, may option ka. Pwede kayong mag 10 to 13 dito, tapos 14 to 15 dito sa pangalawa. 14 to 15 dito. 10 to 13 dito. Or, para pare-pareho na tayo lahat, hanggang Q na lang palagi. 10 to Q, 10 to 14, tapos Q plus 1, pagka-discrete, Q plus 1 up to infinity. Okay? Hindi pwedeng mag-ulit yung 14 kasi dalawang beses mo ngayon makakount yung profit niya at 14. Okay? So this one is 15 up to the highest possible value, which is also 15. Alright? I hope that's clear, ha? Andali, may tao pa ba? Mayroon pa. Okay, so ngayon, nandito na tayo. Okay, S plus P. Ang S natin is 150. Ang P natin is 25. Yung penalty natin. Yung Q, this one is 14, tapos multiplied by f of x. Okay? And then the next one would be plus, minus, again, the summation from x equals 15 to 15, isa lang yan, no? Isang calculation lang kasi 15 lang naman. Tapos P is 25. Okay, na dito tayo, P times X. 25 times X times F of X. Okay? And then, minus C, which is your purchase cost, 125 times 14. Wala naman tayong ordering cost for this problem. So therefore, you can now, if you use that formula, you should be able to calculate EP to be equal to 281.5.